Okay, so today we're going to discuss the benefits of using knifeless tape. The most obvious benefit would be we're not cutting directly on the paint. Common misconception, you're actually not cutting through the vinyl anyways, you're just scoring the vinyl to allow it to tear when you pull on it. But for the most part, if you can avoid using a knife or a blade on the paint, you do. So what we've done here is we've got this Porsche all set up with its knifeless tape. And the other bonus that knifeless tape does is it allows you to cut a straight line rather than trying to do it by hand. We've set up straight lines. So we are going to lay down the vinyl on this Porsche, and then we're going to use the knifeless tape along all these edges right here. And when we're all edged out, we'll have a little, 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch piece of extra vinyl that we can then wrap around the edges. So the example is on this side. So we've already actually done and pulled out the knifeless tape on this side right here. So now we have a perfect kind of 1/4 inch past the edge of the seam, and then we'll pop this trunk and we'll fold that over and we're all good. So we actually have a bunch more knifeless tape to remove here, and we're going to do that, and then we'll show you how it turns out. Okay, so I love my job. I love doing wraps. Sometimes I hate my designer.
That's me. That's
me.
me.
Complete wrap on this Porsche, and now is the time to do delivery, which includes 5 racing stripes and the logo on the hood, as well as 5 stripes down each side. So my designer is currently filming, so I can't punch him in the face. Anyway, this is what we're looking at, if you can see that. Which really doesn't look like that big a deal, but you can't pre-cut the stripes because the hood has shape and the bumpers have shape, and you want to keep the stripes at the same size. So what we've done here, after hours of planning, is laid out sections of masking tape and knifeless tape, masking tape, knifeless tape. We're going to pull the masking tape off now and clean the hood, and then we're going to lay down the various colors of vinyl and then pull the knifeless tape off. And everything should go according to plan. So if you see here, we're going to pull this masking tape off. Now we're leaving behind the knifeless tape. The circular area you see in the middle of the hood is where the logo will go at the very end. We've also put knifeless tape down for. It's really all about measuring and remeasuring, making sure we have center point, and then just laying down the tape straight. Not rocket science, just takes time. Okay, so what we're left with is a hood full of knifeless tape. We're now going to lay our various colors of vinyl over top of, make sure they're secure, and then pop the knifeless tape in the required spots. So, see you on the flip side. That's annoying, yeah.
I had somebody ask me, wait a minute, are you putting wrap on top of wrap? Like you're putting these colored stripes on top of the wrap.
Yes.
Does that work? Does it stick to the
Totally.
wrap?
In fact, vinyl actually loves to stick to itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Although I had my M2 logos on the front end of my Jeep, which is completely wrapped for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I removed the logos from the Jeep and it left no ghosting at all. So,
oh my God.
I mean, 3M and Avery are really good vinyls. They deal with UV.
They're color stable, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I could safely say you could leave these stripes on for a year or so and take them off and probably have no issues. Okay. But, you know, if you leave them on for 3 or 4 years, you're definitely going to pull them off and see fading because, you know, this under portion hasn't seen the light in 3 years and the rest of your car has, so. But yeah, in terms of durability, vinyl is most happy to stick to itself.
So you got 2 edges to deal with, right, Katie? You've got a stripe that runs across the roof up to the sunroof, and then you got one that runs at the top of the rear hatch, right?
Right.
So those are 2 separate pieces. They're going to get rolled in and smoothed in and everything around all the contours.
Yeah, we'll actually open the sunroof. Now that we've got these cut, we'll lift these edges, open the sunroof so we can actually wrap into the open space.
Right, of course, right.
Better we can seal it.
Okay, so here's how, let's see this piece of vinyl go down here.
Right, so we leave the cutting tape under, right?
Yeah. Cutting tape's underneath it, right? This is the part I missed so far because I've been away so much. This is finally get to see it.
Quite the bend here in this. People buying supercars are also buying them to stand out, so what better way to stand out than to do something completely different from anybody, right?
Yeah.
So, if you really want to protect your paint, you probably go with the PPF.
Right.
You know, this stuff will take a couple of rock chips and probably save your paint in the long run, but you know, if you take a rock on the highway at 100 kilometers an hour, it's still going to make a mark.
Mm-hmm. And the little fine scratches that you get on paint, you're not going to get those so much on this stuff.
No, and if you do get them on vinyl, if you hit vinyl with heat, a lot of times it'll dissipate. You know, not all the time. It's not perfect. It does damage, but you know, the beauty of it is you can rip it off and go again if you want. That's the coolest part about this whole process is you can change the color of a vehicle for half the price of painting it, and you know, not hurt the paint underneath, not affect the resale value of the car because you went and painted over the original color. So it's just definitely a safer process. No, and if it's installed properly, there's no damage coming to your car, no knife ever hits your paint. So it's I highly recommend it.
Really?
Shocking, right?
No kidding. All right, now we've shut it. So everything comes together. Spoiler's still up, but that's going to look really cool when it sits flat.
I just wanted to make sure when it was up that we still had the stripe follow through on the edges here.
Yeah, that's a sharp detail there. I like it.
So what I'm doing here is peeling back the vinyl so I can tuck it underneath the antenna. We did take apart a good portion of this Porsche to get it all wrapped, but taking the antenna off requires taking the entire interior ceiling off, which is just ridiculous. So for one little piece, I basically did a template. Actually, I'll show you. I think I still have it. This is the template that I taped up. And then I take it off and I put it on the vinyl and cut it out, you know, with a little excess like I left here. And then we just kind of pull it back and try and push it under the antenna as much as we can. This antenna is interesting. Most antennas actually have a little weather strip around the outside, and this one doesn't. So I'm assuming it's on the inside, so I don't know how much I can poke under, but it seems to be working.
So if water starts dripping on the inside, we should maybe...
I think you're good. That's actually why I didn't take the antenna off. It's just not worth taking that kind of stuff off for something that can be wrapped around. All right, these lines sit right at a base of a weather strip, so you want to make sure that edge is totally in, or it's literally going to sit in water through the winter and be peeling up by next spring. So.